I feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me.
And there we go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Chad. This week we're back. And besides just having new twinkle lights and having a microphone in frame due to sound issues that I think we have resolved now, for now. My cable's all dinged up and busted, and I probably have a short in it, so I need to get a new one. Or my microphone's some sort of dinked or jacked up, which means I have to get a new mic. So let's hope and pray it's just the cable. But check this out. Bazinga! How crazy is that, right? So today I'm done with the JLPTN2. I am switching up my study style for the foreseeable future because I need to really focus on listening practice and getting good with that. Part of having good listening practice is not just listening to your textbook audio, but also having some way to understand. So I'm devising currently a Chad Zimmerman approved study method. What kind of method that is, I'm not entirely sure. I'm hoping to tweak it tonight and workshop it. Maybe have you guys throw in some good ideas. I'm not really sure. I was going to show you kind of what I do and start it so you guys can see what I've come up with so far. As for this isn't a full study style. This is just for listening, and I guess you could even use this for vocabulary. However, I don't advise this specific thing for vocabulary because you'll get a lot of maybe older use words that aren't used in common speech anymore. So, give or take, we're going to jump right into this. I have you guys up here. I think, yeah. And it's a lot of Durka. Open eyes. What the heck? Oh, I'm confused. I think Durka, I don't know what you're doing. So let me explain what we're doing here. I figured I need to be able to use, or be able to be exposed daily to new listening things that aren't just in textbooks, that aren't just on prep CDs. Because, yeah, I do need to prep for the JLPT, but I also want to be able to listen at an N2 level in all facets of my life, right? So how do I do that? Before, I got stuck in the textbook bubble. Now I'm going to try and find a way to do it otherwise. So what I found is, and I put all the links and stuff for this down below. The first thing that I'm going to use, I use Memrise. You can use Anki. It's called a SRS, a Spaced Repetition System. If you're learning a language, you know this. This is a billion out of a billion times probably what you guys should be using. I also get asked about which decks I use. I make 90% of my decks. But you guys can see, hopefully, let me make sure my OBS is showing it. Yeah. So you can see I've made quite a lot of decks here. And that's because every single thing I do a new deck for. And in total, it's about, if you look over here, about 6,416 words. It's not just words. Some of this, like we have kanji here, which I didn't use this Genki Books kanji. This is all grammar, so I have 37 words of grammar. But the vast majority of this is, in fact, vocabulary. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come to my second link, which is, I have this up there. It's the life.ou.edu/stories link. You can use any site that has whatever it is that you want to study. Here's the one thing I'd recommend. Whatever it is that you want to study, even if you're like, oh, I want to do Harry Potter, that's fine. Do Harry Potter. Look at the link, the description of my video. You'll see something below that in Japanese. It's RouDoku or doku. Gosh, I'm a tard, and I'm not gonna go over and look at it. You guys can see it, but it's basically audiobook. It's what they're gonna use for audiobook. I've seen the katakana words for audiobook used occasionally. 9 out of 10 times, it's going to be that word. So type whatever it is that you want into search and then put that at the end of it and hit enter. If you can find it, perfect. The thing that you need is a manuscript, so some written form that you can read, and you're going to need to find an audio version, obviously, if you're doing listening practice. The other thing that's helpful, if you can see it right here at the top of my screen where my mouse is, I have a Mac, and I use Chrome. This is, was it Rikai-kun? I think, if I can get this thing to work. Yeah. So this is a Chrome app. I guarantee you know about it. If you don't, man, that's sad. I'll show you why this is amazing. So if we come over here to the stories, you can see all these Japanese words, and maybe you can't even read them at this point. Maybe you can, but kanjis are weird. This thing, if you slide it over it, it shows you the readings of kanjis. Now, these are all hiragana, but let's, I don't know, click into this and see if I can find. Here's he, right? Now, this site does give you the thing for he there, but if you didn't know how to read aru and then whatever that is, you'd scroll over, it says he, ka, or nichi. If you also, for some reason, are still unsure of he, you can hit the D button on Mac. I don't know what it is on any other key bindings you have, and it'll give you the full display of what the meanings can be. And this goes over any part of your screen. Now, I try and keep the D off. I typically don't need this now, but if I'm reading something like I got into Bitcoin today, so I was reading kind of the Japanese opinions of Bitcoin. you get into certain things that you haven't really seen before, so it's nice to have one of these just as a quick lookup. It's like, I know Sentaku is to, like, do your laundry. But if you scroll over it, you can see various kanji things for it and what the pieces could be when it opens. And even if this was the kanji and you don't know what Sentaku means, you can hit open. It's laundry. So it kind of helps you fill in those gaps. This isn't necessary, but it makes this way quicker. So the reason I picked this website in specifics is because if you look at the format of all these are all children's story. And I think there's 16 different children's stories here. And then you can always branch off to others. I'm going to take that Rikai-kun off because it's annoying. This is one of the most famous ones ever, Momotaro. It's Peach Boy. It gives you what the actual words in the children's book are with the kanjis that are expected for kids to read. That's what these are. The like Yama, the Kawa, and that's Ki for tree. So it's not very hard kanji. And if there is a kanji, they do add the readings for it in parentheses. The next section is the exact same reading, but it also comes with an English translation, which I don't need right now. I'm kind of going down in level. Children's books are easy for me, so this part isn't as important, but it's nice to have, especially if you are a lower level reader. The last part of each section has all the words and even sometimes grammar, like they'll explain a grammar piece kind of, with its equivalent. So just taking this page, for instance, just because this one's easier and it's a easy page to do. I've already done my study for today, so we're basically going to prep tomorrow's study. So this one we're going to do, and it's Tsuru no Ongaishi, which is the fairy crane. And let's see the picture. Ooh, this looks like it's fun. It's got a girl and the traditional haircut that looks ridiculous. It makes their foreheads look huge. Oh, if I'm going too fast, or if you guys want to clarify anything, just let me know. I have a tendency to move on. Hey, Hannah, what's going on? When will you complete your dragon tattoo? Probably in Well, it's going to take 3 more sessions, so 2 more trips to Japan, so it'll probably be done in the fall of next year, give or take. Allison, what's going on? Shui, what's cracking? Hey, Chad, do you think it was a smart idea for me to restart my Japanese on Memorize from kanji? Because I rushed over kanji, I couldn't write most of it, so this time I decided to study it properly. Sidex, I don't know how to write any kanji, and I guarantee I passed every part of the JLPT N2 except for the listening section, which is why I'm doing this. It's not nearly as important. Think about the last time you needed to write in English. I don't know if you're in school. Maybe you have to write a lot in school. In daily life, when you're not a student, it's next to never. This is almost 2018. We have computers. We text. If you can read the kanji and you know Yama is mountain, then just type in Japanese Yama and the mountain thing will pop up and you click it. You don't need to learn how to write it. However, if you are like me and you're crazy and you actually want to take, I think they call it the Kansen test. It's a kanji writing proficiency test Japan has. I will eventually learn to write the kanjis, but that's because I'm nuts and I care about Japanese way too much. If you're a lower level, don't bother with writing. And you can take that to the bank and you can say, hey, this other YouTuber said this to whoever your favorite Japanese learning YouTuber is, then they can hate me. And that's fine. I don't care. I know it works for me, and I'm not gifted with languages. And if you're like me and you're not just naturally great at learning languages, don't worry about writing Japanese. It's not worth it. So I try and do 10 new words a day. That's about my average here. And I do it depending separately from the kanjis. Because I know most of the kanjis and all these words here, I won't be doing that. But we're going to go to Memorize, and we're going to set up a new deck. So you're going to come up to the top here and hit Courses. And we're just going to start a new one. So I'm going to base it, create a course as this next green button here. And we're just going to call it whatever the story is. This happens, we'll just copy paste this name here. I usually do the kanjis, but this site doesn't seem to give the kanjis for the name, which is fine. I'll just copy pasta because it's easy. And this is just a test anyways. Just for clarification, I'm going to have Japanese, English. And I don't do these decks for other people to find. So I just put F all the way through all the tags. So here's our new deck. Test on Kana prompt with English. This is if you want to learn how the pronunciation of the word is. So if you want to learn Kawa is river, this is the way you want it. If you click this pencil here, you can adjust this and you can make it say kanji and English, which I don't know why you would do that. The other one that I use often is I do Kana, or testing on, kanji prompt with Kana. This is if you're trying to learn how the kanji sounds. So if you're trying to learn the kanji for river and also like attach that in your head to kawa to learn the reading of the word, this is how I do that. But for now, we're going to stick with kana and English because I'm testing. I'm trying to learn the words of this that I don't understand. So now we're going to come down here and we're just going to read it. And how about this? We'll read in this section because this is probably going to be easier for you guys than the top section is. So, mukashi yama no naka de sumi o yaiteiru. God, it's hard to read this with the freaking light. Mazushi, what is it? Wakamono no ga imashita. So, if there's any confusion, let's just take this for what I happen to know. So, mukashi, long time ago, yama no naka de, inside of a mountain, sumi o yaiteiru. That one, it depends on which ones they're using because it's not giving me kanji. So let's see with Rikai-kun real quick, which one they're using. Sumi, which also, if you're wondering, you don't have to use Rikai-kun because they have it down here, but I just prefer to use it. So sumi is probably ink is what this one says, or charcoal to make this correct. Oh yeah, it's using charcoal. This is why, by the way, people, we have kanji. To separate ink from charcoal, they sound the same. You need to have the kanji. So if you're ever like, why do they even have kanji? Why can't it just be the phonetic alphabet? This is why. I actually didn't even know charcoal was read sumi. I've used it for different things. So here's what we do. We grab the word for it here and copy. Drag it over to memorize, put it in the kanji, paste. Hopefully it'll pop up. It doesn't. So we're just going to type it in ourselves. Sumi. There. And type in charcoal. If I spelt that right, probably. And hit add. There's one word in. I do 10 of these a day. Usually I'll put all the words from the story in bulk that I don't know into it, but just for the sake of this video, we're just going to do 5 so I can show you guys, how this works. And yaiteiru, which if you, it would be yaku, but maybe you don't know that. Maybe you don't know yaku means to bake or to grill or to flame or whatever. Come down here or use the Rikai-kun. Oh, yaku, to burn, to roast, to bake. So I know that one. So inside a mountain, a long time ago, there was charcoal burning. Mazushi wakamono ga imashita. Wakamono is like a young person, I think. Let's see. Wakamono. A young man, a youth, or a lad. So I got that. I don't know what mazushi is. Okay, so mazushi's new to me. Poor or needy. So again, copy. Take it over to here. Paste it in, memorize. Mazushi. Poor. Perfect. It popped up. There's 2 done. And we're just going to keep doing this over and over. And I don't need to commentate because I'm sure you guys know what this is. So we come down here, which is, this is hard to read. Chira chira, yuki no furu, samui, fuyu no hi, no koto desu. Gosh, this would just be easier if you guys just put in the freaking kanjis at this point. So chira chira, I don't know that one. There's a lot of that onomatopoeia in Japanese. Chira chira is fluttering, flickering, or intermittently. God, I can't even read English. Intermittently. Hey, I never said I was fluent in English. I never said I was fluent in Japanese. So chira chira here says to flutter or flicker, so we'll just go with flutter or flicker. Copy that and paste it. Hopefully it knows it. It doesn't. So we switch over to English. Flutter or flicker. Perfect. Throw that in. Next one. Yuki no furu. So a fluttering snow type of thing is falling. Cold snow. It was a cold, snowy day where the snow was flickering down. So what do they translate it to? It happened on a cold winter day when a light snow was falling. His is more poetic than mine. Wakamono no wa nagai aida tameta okane de futo no kai ni machi e dekakete ikimashita. So a young or I guess there's a translation. I should just go for the easy one. The young man went out to the town to buy a futon with the money that he had been saving for a long time. So out of all of this, so nagai aida is a long time. Tameta, I don't think I know exactly how they're using that. So it's tameru, tamemasu, tamete, to save. Oh, I know that one. Well, that's just me being dumb. Okane de futo no kai ni machi e dekakete ikimashita. Fine, I got all that. So now we go down to the next section. Hazunda kokoro de yama o orite iku to. I don't know hazunda, which is hazugu or hazumu. Okay. To spring, to bound, to bounce. Okay, so let's copy that. And let's just double check it's to bounce. Perfect. So same thing. Up into here. And I think we only have one word to go. Let me fix this, shall we? Move. There it is. To spring, to bounce, to jump, to patter, to pitter patter. I just hit my light. And hopefully I'm not going too fast for anyone here. what was the name of the Chrome kanji extension? Luke, it's Rikai-kun. It might be, I know there's two different names. I think it's Mac and PC. It might be Chrome and like Firefox. I don't know what the difference is. But on Chrome, it's Rikai-kun. I couldn't remember most of them. Sorry, should have said so. Yeah, I mean, if you don't remember them, restart. There's no slipbacks happen. There's a lot of words I've learned a long time ago that are super easy, and just because it's been so long since I've seen them, if one comes up, I might be like, I know that one, and then I'll just space it. Hey, Shui with the $10. Shui, I got something coming your way. I actually had a special friend of the channel, Clayton O'Clock on most social media, do a exclusive set of custom drawings, autographed. There's only 5, and there will only ever be 5 made, and I'll send you the first one in the set. Hey, Corton, what's going on? I'm effed up in the head thanks to Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah, no joke. You're too nice, Shui. For that much, you could have made him do something weird. Hey, he's not as mean as you, Durka. Confused. I bet Chad doesn't even speak Japanese. He only speaks English in his videos. Yeah, I speak Dutch. I don't speak Japanese. LOL, Durka, I thought about it. Maybe next week. Shui, I'll write you on Twitter once this is all done. So, getting back to work here. Kokoro de, I imagine at the heart of, right? So, with a bouncing heart. Yeah. Mountain o orite iku to. He went down the mountain, so it's oriru. I know all of that. So we go down katawara. I don't think I know katawara, which is the side, edge, beside. So I actually know this kanji, but I think I know it in different. Yeah, I think I know this kanji in different as a different reading. So this is a new reading for a kanji I already know. So same thing. We throw it in. Katawara, and there it is. Why? Oh. So this thing has it as different. This has it as while doing. Oh, it's a different kanji, though. Yep, so that's why kanjis are important. So we come over here and go katawara. And there it is. That's the kanji for it. Yeah, because I see this. See, I know kawagawa, and I know soba, and hata. I don't know waki, and I didn't know katawara. So those are new readings for me. So I'm just learning a new reading now. And this means... Depends on how you read it, but the side, the edge, or beside. So we'll just go side, edge, and beside. No problem. Perfect. Throw that in. Now again, I would throw everything for the full story in. We don't have this kind of time, folks. I average, on one of these stories, if you look at all these words, I average about 25 words that I don't actually know. So we've basically gotten through the entire first page of a book, and, probably... I don't know. Oh, no, that's the second page, huh? Here it is. We got through... Oh, no. I don't know. We got through like a page and a half-ish, which is fine for this thing. So with this page and a half, I'm just going to say we're going to hit pause on this. Here's the next thing you're going to do after you hit, okay, I'm saving and done. You now have a new deck with 5 words that you are going to learn. So I'm going to click Learn. And I'm doing 15 today because I'm doing an extra 5, but I'm just doing this to show you. So we have sumi, which means charcoal. I'm actually going to take that off so I can't cheat at all. I'm not learning the kanji. I will do that in a later video or a later time. Sumi. I try and get the word. I'm sure you guys have tried these mnemonics to try and match that. So let's have my thing be a mom tried to sue me for giving her child charcoal for Christmas, because it was a twat. There we are. Did I spell Christmas wrong? Christmas. Have fun. Sue me. So that's how I'm going to remember sue me. I'm going to think of a woman trying to sue me for giving her child charcoal, or maybe Santa, if that works for you. And this is, you don't need to use the ones that I do, but definitely try and come up with a word that makes sue me more than just sue me equals charcoal. Have a story with it. It'll help you remember it. Mazushi. So sometimes you'll need to break down words. Mazushi. I'm not going to be able to figure out something for all 4, so I'll probably break it into either 2 parts or into 4 parts. So mazu. Mazu in Japanese, like mazui, is bad tasting. And I always make like she, like a girl. So I'd say bad tasting, and we have she, right? So we have poor. So poor girls don't shower. We'll try to keep this PC. So she, sometimes I'll have to switch the she to the front, but as long as I can get all the pieces together, I'll generally remember it. So she is bad tasting when you bite her. I don't know. We can make it something sexual, but I'm going to try and keep this as PC as we can. She's bad tasting. Mazu she, poor, right? So poor girls. And then we hit enter, and now it's going to run us through this. So remember, if you a mom trying to sue us, sue me. There, got that one right. And we're just going to run through these as quick as we can. Mazushi. And I have this set up to test on kana, so if I put in the kanji, it's not going to be right. You can set up separate decks for the kanji, or when you review, it'll make you review the kanji. It's up to you. Anki doesn't do this. I think Memorize isn't the best one, but I just have so many words on here, I don't want to import them. Let me make sure I'm not... Rikai-kun is way better on Chrome. Okay, so that's the one I use, is the Rikai-kun. Can you show us the calendar so that we can tell what the remaining spots are left? I just made it. Yeah, so if you guys want to see the calendar, I'm going to get back to OBS so I can see my thing. And here, let's go back to the... Oop, I'm probably going to blow up my mic. Hold on. I'm so sorry, guys. This is not what I wanted. Let me move this to the side. Okay. Back to the main screen. So if you guys look, we have 2 through 5 left on the tip for prizes Christmas chat exchange. 8 through 14, 15 through 21, and then 22 through 24. Because 25 and a lot of bigger prizes than we had than 25 got tipped in last week, which I want to talk about, or 2 weeks ago, because it's going to make me cry again. I do have rewards now for anyone that tips over that $50 mark. But I don't encourage it because it makes me feel bad. So if you can stick to the pre-approved numbers, much appreciated. I'm going to go back to the screen so we can keep moving. Cheetah. Cheetah. Chiller is kind of the vibe I'm getting from this one. So we're going to say, was it cheetah? Flicker, flutter. So when you enter a... What are those ones at restaurants called, the big ones? Walk in cheetah. The lights flicker. Chiller. When you walk into a chiller, the lights flicker. That's fair enough. Hazumu. To spring. Hazumu. Ha. Okay. Ha! Said the sumo wrestler as he sprang forth to tackle his opponent or whatever. I'm not working really hard on these because these are just for example. His opponent, I think that's how you spell it. Yeah, I got it right. Whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect, just has to work. Sumi. Cheetah, I think. In hiragana is how we saw it. To spring sumi? Or is it zumi? Yeah, zumi. Oh, is it not? I was close. What was it? Oh, zumu. I'm dumb. Zumu. Sumu wrestler. Yeah, I'm stupid. Oh well. You don't have to be smart. I'm handsome. Cheetah, as I say arrogantly. What is this? Katawara. Okay, so to me, katawara sounds like cut the water. So we're going to say trying to cut the water creates thousands of edges or something like that. Creates. Oh, I put an R. Creates. That's probably close enough, right? To spring. Hazumu. Cool. Oh, that was lucky. It gave me the same. It randomizes which ones you get, but that one I was lucky. I got the same one twice. Cheetah. I've heard studies that if you say it out loud while you're running the flashcard, it helps you connect extra neurons. I don't know how true that is. Was it Mazui girl? She. There it is. Cool. Cider edge. What was it? Kata wata, right? Cut the water. Was that it? No, close. Kata wada. Da. Okay, well, That's what happens. You get as close as you can, and then you'll learn. Katawara. Side or edge. Same one. Katawara. Cool. We're getting there now. Oh, lucky again. Pour. Mazushi. Oh, nanteki. Bimbo nanteki ni shinai. Was it Katawara? There it is. Got it. Now we're cooking with gas. Hazumu. Send that up. The reason it's doing this and it's going over and over is because it really wants to make sure you can get it into your short-term memory, and then by reviewing it, you're going to progressively put it more and more in long-term memory. Was it Katawara, I think, right? Yeah. If you guys don't know how SRSs work, this is not the video where I'm going to explain it. You can look up the millions of language learning videos from YouTubers way better than me about how this stuff works. Hazumu. But it definitely helps me. I mean, I'm learning 10 words a day, which is not, and remembering them, like actually being able to recall them. So it's definitely been crucial to me to be able to get to N2 in 3 years. Because that's 6,000 words, 500 pieces of grammar, and then like 1,000 kanji. That's hard to do in 3 years if you're not doing something like this. Sue me. I should probably check up on the comments. I'm too busy getting funky with it. Was it cut the water, right? Cut the water. Okay, cool. To spring. Hazumu. Cool. Flutter. Cheetah, right? It sounds kind of like cheetah as well. So if I don't remember the chiller thing, I'll remember the cheetah one and I'll fix it later. Sue me. Katawara. Cool. Flutter. I got it. Cheetah. Yeah, so I might want to switch that up to something to do with cheetahs. But I'll do that after we're done. Mazushi. If you notice one of the things that you put in there doesn't really stick, try your best to find a new one, because otherwise you're going to just hate yourself for years, being like, why can't I remember this? Mazushi. There it is. I think that's it. Cool, you learned 5 words. Now, let me do a quick calculation for you guys, because you see how that took no time, right? So we come over here to my calculadora, and we put in 5, I don't know if you guys can see this, 5 words a day. If you do this every day, just that little bit there, that's 1,800 words a year. Don't underestimate small progressive goals daily. You'd be surprised how far in life you get because of that stuff. Got to catch up on these comments before I do anything else. Hold on. Just made it in. Garth, welcome in. Shui, hey Chad, can you recommend any audiobooks for learning the basics of pronunciation? No. Audiobooks tend to be really hard. I have a way of, like, these are children's stories. These might be a bit easier than, like, straight up audiobooks, but I'll teach you how to find audiobooks of these children books here shortly. It's part of this lesson. Poor girls taste like, yeah, poverty tastes bad. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I did my best. Hey, Hannah Dare with the $20. I'll take the $20 one. And good job on your N2, Chad. Here's my reward for having you take that. I'm taking that off the board. Right here, $20. Get off there safely. All right, Mr. Dare. I'm going to set this aside, and I'll write your name on it after, unless a lot of people write stuff, in which case I'm not going to bother. What was the other one? The $10 one? Okay, that one I got to take off the board as well. $10 for Shui. There you are, Shui. That's coming off as well. You both will be... I'll also give both of you, because that was substantial, one of the Clayton exclusive pictures. You'll get one of those as well. I'm sure he'll be very happy to know that his things aren't as worthless as both of us thought they were. Can you share those decks, please? Gangsta Hippo. I don't know how Here, let me try and share them. I don't... Is there a share button? I've never actually shared them, but... Like I said, so Gangsta Hippo, I think I've seen you ask about these before. So the thing with these, is there a share button? Oh, I can share them with friends. Sweet. Yeah, but this is going to be a long list. How about... Okay. At the end of this stream... Or actually, why not next week's video, because it'll give me a little bit more time to prepare. I will make some sort of online document that all you have to do is click on the description, and I'll have the shared links of all these decks. Not that you would want half of these. I mean, like, this deck has 56 words, and it's only words for the, the grandfather's blooming cherry tree, I think is what they call it. I have some of these that, like, this one just has 25 words. This is the cut tongue Sparrow story that I did, and not all of these are worth having, but some of these, like the Genki 2 is pretty good, the Chukyu Eiko is pretty good, but I'll link all of them in case you guys want them, but I'll do that next week. It'll be in the description of my next video, so I have time to set that up. Is there a prize if you donate $100? Oh god, don't do this to me again. So, okay, Cynics, I don't know if you were there 2 weeks ago. That hurt me to do. I found a way to thank the person that was worth the donation. I don't advise $100 tips because it makes me feel like garbage because, like, I don't feel like I'm worth that tip. And that's not me going, oh, attention, but, like, I get it. Like, maybe I'm worth that much in your consuming, but for myself, it's like, if you can just stick with these, that helps me a ton. If, however, you're like, I really want to give more, I do have a goal for 60. If you give 60, it is something that is very Japan exclusive and something that is very dear to my heart that I brought back personally, and I have a very limited supply of them. But I will give that one if someone tips, a significant amount. I would just advise against it because I don't think I'll cry as bad this time, but I don't want, I hate crying, so just don't do that. You for 100, you break Chad for at least an hour. Shui, that's truer than a lot of you think. You get to see him cry. It's the greatest prize of all. That is not, my tears are not that sweet. Everyone's laughing. Guys, come on. But how do you get the keyboard to type in kana or kanji? So on Macs, it's a shortcut. You just go into System Preferences. And then I have it on sound because I was fixing something before. And I think it's under keyboard right here. And I don't know where it is. There's probably something in here that input source is. Is that it? Dictation? Yes, and then I just click the add button and put the Japanese in. And then I have a shortcut to where I hit, was it Control Space? And it switches it. So like here, I'll, here, just, I don't have anywhere to type that you guys can see it. So without like going into personal stuff, let's just hit Edit Course and I'll show you. So if you just set up a shortcut, because I switch between English and Japanese a lot because I translate and I need to. So right now it's in English, so Chad Zimmerman, and then I'll switch it real quick. And then you have Chado Jima. I'm not even gonna bother. Whatever. So that's really bad, and you can see you could switch it really fast to that, and then switch it with just 2 buttons to Japanese. So it's super handy when you do switch between the languages a lot. I have a keyboard thing hooked up so I can switch between, but it's just set up in your system preferences, at least for what I'm doing. Can't donate this week, but here, have a cat. Dirk, I don't expect you to donate ever, let alone every week, but I appreciate it. To type kanji, I believe you type in Romanji with the Japanese setting on, of course. Yeah, I mean, I just type in like C-H-A, and that gives me cha, and then D-O gives me do. But there are keyboards. You can get like these layover things that go over your actual keyboard, and then you can download Mac specific, like what the ones they use in Japan are. So if you just press one key, it's chi, and another key is do, instead of typing C-H-A-D-O. It just depends on what you want, really. It is a matter of preference. Donations that big are kryptonite. Dude, that's no joke. That is no joke. I spent about $100 today. Thor was pretty good. Oh, that's cool. I think I'll donate every other month. Okay. I'm not going to say don't. I'm just going to say please no more big ones, because that stuff really, like, jacks me up. Giovanni finally made it. Is that what you sent me, Chad? One of the things I sent you, yes, Hannah. There's a couple of those. I do that every time I'm in Japan. I can't say it. I don't know if Mr. Dare opened it or if he's putting it under his tree. And I also don't want to spoil it for other people. It's something I love to do and something I do in Japan and something you can't really get in the U.S., like, at all. So I'll just leave it at that. Anyways, Bree. Oh, Bree wrote me on Twitter the same thing I just told you not to. Yeah, I think I answered that. Anyways, let's continue. So we've learned these, and just review them as you have them. So this says in 4 hours, your phone will say, hey, go to your dojo or whatever your notification is, and then you'll go there. And then just review it every day. Have it be a part of your day to review stuff. And the cool thing with SRSs is the more you get it right, the less you see it. So if you get it right a lot, you probably won't see the same word for another week or another month. I have words I don't see in here except for like once a year, because I just know them so well. And it saves you time having to flip through the ones that you know super well and then get to the ones you don't know well. It focuses on the ones you don't know well, so you can drive those, and it actually saves you time in the long term. as well as mental hassle. So now here's the next step to this. If you guys can look down below, I have a word in the description. You're going to take the title of whatever book you're trying to get an audiobook of. We'll just open up a new tab here. And you're going to, well, I guess I'll just type it in Google so you guys can see it, huh? We're going to paste whatever the name of this is. Oh, I guess it shoots me up to the top anyways. Whatever. And you're going to just, you can copy pasta that, or you can type it. It's, was it? RouDoku. Not dogu. I said dogu earlier. And hit enter. And yeah, these are all going to be Japanese resources. But you can see here, this is YouTube, and it has, oh, here's the kanjis for it. What do you know? This is, you can tell from what we typed in, and you can double check right here, tsuru no ongaeshi. Tsuru no ongaeshi. And if, let's say you can't read that, turn on your Rikai-kun, because we're all cheaters here. Tsuru, you can see it there, it's the middle one. No. And then ongaeshi. Was it requital of favor? Repayment. Oh, what do you know? So you can know that's for sure it, and you can click on YouTube and listen to it. Now, or on what, I mean, there's a lot. So this is actually the site I use. This one is, and I didn't put this in the description because I'm dumb. This is Hikumusume. This site has every Japanese story I've ever heard of. All you have to do is hit play. And this is where it is. It's crazy. I listen to every story on here because you can see this one's the 366th story that these people have uploaded in a row. That's 365 other stories. There's so much on this site. If you look up, oh, you can't look up here. I'll just go back so you guys can get a grip on it because I'm not going to put it in the description. It's, in English, Hukumusume, Hukumusume.com. And I do that for all my stories, but you can also get these on YouTube. Like, this is a YouTube clip right here. I won't, I don't want to get copy struck, but you can see it's on YouTube for sure. Listen, and so you're going to learn all the words for the story. That's what I do. I learn all of them over anywhere between 2 days and 5 days, right? Depends on how many words I don't know. Then I turn that on, and without looking at the words, without dealing with the script, I should be familiar with the story because I went through it the first time to put the words out. I should be roughly familiar. So the first thing I do is I listen to it all the way through. Most of these stories take 2 minutes to 5 minutes to finish to read. Some of them take like 11, but those are rare. And you're just going to sit there, clear your mind, and try and hear every word. And if there's any time a word that maybe you studied or maybe just for some reason you're not getting it, pause it, write the time signature down, and then keep going. And I go all the way through it. And then most of the time I'll know all the words, so I'll immediately get it. If you're lower level, you may need to re-look at the words. But then you can go back to your story after it's been read, which I think this website actually has the was it Hukumusume? It has it right here. This is the actual dialogue here. Although this has some more advanced kanjis than this website has. You can see it. But that's, why you have Rikai-kun. And what you should be able to do is just by listening to it and by that first read over and by learning the words you don't know, you should be able to just listen to it and know every word theoretically. Because every word you don't know, you put it into the deck. You learn the full deck. Going back, you should theoretically be able to hear all of it. It's just speed. Now, if speed's the problem, you can download, you can download from this website there. If you hit play here, this is a download button. You can immediately download the MP3. You can also do YouTube downloaders. And iTunes has a feature to slow down the audio. So if it's too fast, you can actually slow it by half, by a quarter, by 100%, make it really slow. Go through it, and then at that speed, if you get it, perfect. Go up another half step. Go up another half step until you're at full speed and you're getting all of it, and then good job for you. You just listened to a 5-minute children's story in a foreign language and understood all of it. So I do this once. I try and get this once every 2 days. A new story every 2 days to where I can hear it perfectly. Because if I do that, I should be able to get through 150 different stories. And I'm not just going to stick with kid stories. I'm starting with these because these are the most abundant. But I'm going to move on probably after, 50 stories to actual audiobooks of things I know really well, like The Lord of the Rings or like Harry Potter, that are lower reading level, but not, the easiest thing ever, and I'm also familiar with. Again, all you have to do is type in Harry Potter and put that kanji I have at the end on it, and you're good to go. And you should be able to find audiobooks for just about anything in Japanese. They seem to really enjoy it. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. You're welcome, my dizzle. How do you do, Chad? I'm doing well. Did you pass N2? I don't think I did. It's weird. I thought I did very well. I think I'm very confident I passed in every facet except for listening, which is why I'm doing this listening practice. Chad, you can put that $10 back on the board. The money was for you, not the prize. Yeah, but I might as well take it off the board. I think the board looks cooler with pieces missing, so I might as well send you something. I actually can't open the package for another week or so, Chad, because I'm at my college apartment now, and I'm not going home until next week. Okay, good. So I'm glad I don't spoil anything. You got a version of it for sure. And if you need any help with it, because it's not easy to figure out, just you have my stuff. You can Skype me and let me know messages. I haven't checked out Discord since I've been on here. If you guys aren't on my Discord, I will be on afterwards, hanging out for like a half hour, just talking to people. I don't think anyone has any questions on this. This seems pretty self-explanatory. But just trying to help people and get them to figure stuff out, because I'm still trying to figure this out. And if you guys have like a better method of doing something, tell me. I would love to know, and I would love to figure it out, and maybe we can work on something together, because that's what I do. I also would like to figure out on OBS. I would like to watch YouTube like this, but I think the demonetization, there it is in English, demonetization train might smack me, so I don't think that's a great idea. It's been about 40 minutes of me explaining my method. Again, memorize. I'm going to X out of this now. And these stories and all this stuff. I'm going to go back to watching Bitcoin and doing my own version of studying. But I'm going to be on the Discord after this. If you guys like this video, it helps me so much if you like it down below. I cannot stress enough. It actually does help. It actually raises my ability to be seen on YouTube. Comment down below any questions, comments, concerns, or compliments you guys have. I do read all of them. I don't answer all of them. I read all of them, but I answer the ones that aren't just trolls, unless it's funny to troll, in which case I'll do that. Why not? If you guys haven't noticed, I do have a tip jar. If you tip any of these numbers, you get a special prize. I will move this ever so slightly one more time so you guys can see it. You can only tip it. You can only tip and get one of these prizes during a live stream. If you guys can see, these are all the prizes that are left. If you tip $2, $3, $4, $5, you'll get the individual handmade prize for that. Whoop. Back into frame. I need to buy a new microphone. That's probably where all these tips are gonna go, or buying a new mic, sadly. Because it's not even because I'm like, oh, I need a new mic. It's because this thing I'm pretty sure has a short, and that's what's causing a lot of our audio problems here at the Chad Zimmerman Studios. Anything else? If you guys like this content, if you like the ability to have someone to ask questions like this about Japanese, learning, doing stuff on your own, any of that stuff. Sorry, I'm looking at, I have all the YouTube live stream comments here. Anything like that, I'm always here for you guys. I'm purposefully putting myself in a position so that way you guys can ask me questions, and I'm going to be hopefully able to answer them. With that being the case, if you want something like that in your life, like a language learning older brother, subscribe to my channel. You will be getting a Wednesday video, a Saturday live stream, and a Monday podcast every week. And that is, I don't charge anything. I don't ask anything. However, if you're one of the 0.01% of people that do like to support me in a more than just a, hey, Chad, you're a pretty nice fellow type of way, there is a way to do that. Patreon's big for me. If you're on Patreon, you get any sort of thing that I'm not going to put on YouTube, but I want to make, maybe monetization, or I'm afraid of anything like that. That goes on there. Private videos that are Patreon exclusives. I also have prizes every month. You can build a character in my D&D podcast with me and my buddies. There's lots of fun stuff you can do. That's a great way to support me. Another good way is you can tip on the channel or do the tips in the live stream here. It's an amazing way to support me, and you get stuff for it, which I can't say enough how tedious it is, because I hand make all of them. Literally. A lot of knitting, a lot of sewing, a lot of gluing, a lot of cooking. Yeah, that's about it. I'm so grateful to be done with the GLPT, but I'm excited for next year, and I'm just going to kick butt this whole year. That's what I do, and that's what I'm going to keep doing, and I'm going to get to new, amazing levels of Japanese and discover things I haven't been able to do, because I like doing that. I like pushing myself and finding out, oh, I have something that I wasn't able to do before, now I can do, so that's fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you in the Discords on Wednesday next week, and in every live chat I ever do. Bye-bye.